Hello, everyone. Welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Here are the bold and the beautiful spoilers for Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. What to expect on the bold and the beautiful. On Monday's all-new episode, the characters were left dealing with the aftermath of Luna's Lisa Yamada unexpected death and the miscarriage that claimed her unborn child. For some, Luna being wiped off the face of the earth was an early holiday miracle, but for others, like Will Crew Moro, things are a bit more complicated. He's forced to grapple with the loss of a child whom he already had conflicting feelings about. However, Luna is gone, and everyone has to find a way to rebuild, despite her presence looming like a dark cloud. One of the major talking points from Monday's episode was the bizarre text Electra Linnea Grace received from someone claiming to be the person who hit Luna with their car. On Tuesday's episode, Katie, Heather, Tom, and Electra grow concerned over mysterious texts, which implied that more are on the way, beyond the initial contact. After months of being subjected to Luna's taunts and manipulations, the last thing Katie, Electra, or anyone close to them needs in their lives is another reason to live in fear. Whoever is targeting Electra with these messages may have a dark, ulterior motive by claiming responsibility for Luna's demise. Electra's previous trauma may come into play as well, since she has a history of being stalked through anonymous means. Her past with Remy Christian Weissman was recently stirred up when he was revealed to be Deeks Harrison Cohn Mystery Man. This could be the final straw that finally breaks Electra, transforming her optimistic attitude into a more dynamic, albeit jaded version of herself. Guilty parties refuse to remain silent. The other key part of Tuesday's episode will focus on an admission of guilt that will likely be made by the driver who was responsible for putting an end to Luna's story. It's unclear what the motive might be for choosing to come forward. There's a lot of publicity surrounding Luna's death and her connection to the Forrester family, so perhaps the person responsible is looking for some sort of monetary gain. Whatever it is, it smells like trouble, and usually where there's smoke, there's fire. Luna's story hijacked the show for the better part of a year, so if the story is going to continue, even after Lisa Yamada's departure, they might as well change course and bring the character back. This was an opportunity to move on from the lunacy of Luna, but instead, the story appears to be heading toward its next chapter. Also, aside from hoping for payment of some sort, what would the person gain by revealing themselves as the driver behind the fatal collision? None of it makes sense. Forrester's new crisis PR team is about to have a lot more work on their hands if the drive decides to make trouble for the company. This could make or break the success of Forrester's upcoming launches, which include the highly anticipated revival of Hope for the Future. November 25th and the bold and the beautiful universe is shaping up to be one of the most emotionally explosive, goosebump-inducing episodes in recent memory. Luna Nozawa's tragic death has left Los Angeles in shock. But for one person, Electra, the aftermath is far more terrifying than anyone could imagine. As the Forresters grieve, as Bill Spencer demands answers, and as Poppy struggles to keep her shattered composure, something sinister begins to unravel. And it all starts with one chilling text message sent to Electra at the worst possible moment. Below, we break down the biggest what-to-watch moments for November 25th, moments guaranteed to leave fans breathless, suspicious, emotional, and glued to the screen. Electra's guilt boils over, but she insists she's being framed. Electra enters the episode already trembling under the weight of Luna's death. Though they weren't especially close, Electra and Luna had an escalating rivalry tied to RJ, Forrester Creations, and months of quiet jealousy. Social media within the show's universe is already buzzing about the fight the two had days before Luna's fatal accident, and Electra knows she's at the center of a storm she never intended to create. But Electra's biggest fear isn't public suspicion. It's the feeling that something about Luna's death isn't random. She sits alone in the design office, replaying her last conversation with Luna over and over, each word echoing with fresh meaning. Every detail feels suddenly important. Every memory feels darker. Her hands shake. Her breathing becomes shallow. And then her phone buzzes. Y-O, you know what? Y-O-U-D-I-D. The text that changes everything. The message pops up on her screen. Y-O, you know what? Y-O-U-D-I-D. No name. No number she recognizes. Just those 5 words. The text freezes Electra in place. Her ears ring. Her heartbeat becomes a thunderous echo in her chest. Was it a cruel prank? Was someone watching her? Or was someone telling the truth she refuses to speak out loud? Electra tries to call the number, but it goes straight to voicemail. She quickly deletes the message, afraid someone might see it, then instantly regrets erasing the only clue she has. This moment sets the tone for the entire episode. Paranoia, tension, and the creeping suspicion that Luna's death was not an accident, and that someone wants Electra scared. Bill Spencer declares war. Someone's going to pay for this. At Spencer Publications, Bill Spencer is a man possessed. Luna's death has cracked him open emotionally in a way fans rarely get to see. Though not biologically connected to Luna, Bill had grown fiercely protective of her ever since discovering Poppy's past link to him. Now, with the truth buried in unanswered questions, Bill stands in his office with an intensity that borders on dangerous. Someone is going to pay for what happened, he says, slamming a file shut. And I don't care what it takes. Wyatt and Liam try to calm him, but Bill is a storm in a suit, angry, grieving, and fully prepared to unleash Spencer power on the LAPD, the press, and anyone he believes had a role in Luna's final hours. His first target? Electra. Bill remembers the rivalry. He remembers the tension. And when he hears she received a mysterious text, he becomes obsessed with uncovering the sender and the truth. Poppy's breakdown, a mother lost in grief and secrets. Poppy's storyline today is both devastating and revealing. She visits the spot where Luna's car was recovered and collapses to her knees in uncontrollable sobs. Flashbacks of Luna as a toddler, Luna as a teenager, Luna beaming with pride at FC. They flood in, overwhelming her. But then, through her tears, she whispers something haunting. This wasn't supposed to happen. I told her not to say anything. What secret was Luna keeping? Who was she going to expose? And could the answer be connected to the text threatening Electra? Poppy's grief is laced with fear. She clutches her phone repeatedly, as if expecting someone to call with more bad news or to silence her. Her storyline today is a tapestry of sorrow, suspicion, and emotional vulnerability that only deepens the mystery surrounding Luna's death. RJ's devastation and his dangerous search for answers. RJ spends most of the episode in stunned disbelief. He visits Luna's favorite spot at Forrester Creations, the small drafting table she always used when she stayed late. He picks up her pencil, still lying where she left it, and breaks down. But grief soon becomes determination. RJ promises Thomas and hope that he will figure out exactly what happened to Luna, no matter who gets hurt. When he learns Electra had contact with Luna shortly before the crash and received the anonymous text, RJ confronts her in one of the episode's most explosive scenes. "Just tell me what you're hiding," he begs, tears swelling. "I'm not hiding anything," Electra shouts. But her voice trembles, and RJ doesn't miss it. Their relationship, already fragile, may shatter completely by the end of the episode. Steffi and Ridge step in. "If there's a threat to this family, we handle it." Steffi and Ridge Forrester take a strategic role in today's storyline. As rumors begin to swirl and tensions rise at FC, Steffi makes it clear she will not allow her family or company to be dragged into chaos. She calls an emergency meeting with Ridge and Carter, insisting they stay ahead of the media and prepare for the possibility that Luna's death was no accident. Ridge's line of the day seals the deal. "If someone is using Luna's death to manipulate us, they have no idea who they're dealing with." The Forresters are officially on high alert. The final scene, a second text arrives, and this one is worse. The episode ends with Electra alone again. Her hands are still shaking. Her eyes are red. She hasn't told anyone about the text. Not RJ, not the police, not even Steffi. But as she gathers her things to leave the office, her phone buzzes again. A second message. This one even more chilling. Why oh you're next. Electra gasps, drops her phone, and backs against the wall. The lights flicker, the music swells, and the camera slowly zooms in on her terrified face. Cut to black. November 25th is bold, and the beautiful episode gives fans everything: emotion, mystery, fear, heartbreak, and a chilling cliffhanger that changes the entire trajectory of Luna Nozawa's death storyline. Electra is no longer just a rival. She's a target. Or she's a suspect. Or maybe she's the key to everything. One thing is certain: the truth about Luna's death is just beginning to surface.